Violent
Hey,
behavior
gentleman
is
yields.
a crime.
Gentleman yields.
regardless.
Gentleman is yielded. Ms. Napolitano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Reagan and Ms. Maynard, along that line, in the bipartisan infrastructure law, we improved the funding and requirements for the installation of protective shields in buses to prevent assaults on bus drivers. How has this provision been implemented? Have there been obstacles to improving safety measures in these buses? And I know I have calls for increased security shields. Can you address that? Would you?
Increased security, yes, of course. I think, we have long called for reimagining what again, these for drivers, this is their workspace. What does their workspace look like? How do we make sure that not only are they protected on the job, but also, in some cases, it's about protecting pedestrians, making sure that blind spots are eliminated, making sure that there's better visibility on oftentimes very busy streets. But yeah, I think the workplace for these transit operators needs to be improved. It needs to make sure that they are protected on the job.
Ms. Maynard?
Thank you for the question. On behalf of the industry, it's very, very important that we listen to the operators, as it's very important that we listen to our customers in terms of how they feel safe when they don't feel safe. In Las Vegas, we were one of the first in the United States to add driver enclosures. We did that in 2016. We meet regularly with our union employees to understand what they need to feel more safe, as well as our passengers. We've been given great advice from the operators. To Ms. Regan's point, it is their workspace. And whether it's devising a system that's fully enclosed but has a window that they can open up so they can speak to the passengers, we get the feedback from those operators. But we saw over a 70% decline in incidents occur in our vehicles when we installed driver enclosures. And so the industry itself, again, is listening to what their employees want and asking our bus manufacturing partners to start designing better enclosures that can be part of the bus build.
More protective?
Yes. I'm sorry?
More protective?
More protected, exactly.
Because we provided funding and requirements for the installation of protective shields, but we have no record of whether it's been enough or whether it's more required.
If I'm hearing you correctly, the OEMs, the bus manufacturers, that wasn't something that was, you could buy off the shelf, if you will. But because of the feedback from the drivers, and certainly part of it came from the pandemic in terms of just wanting that protection between yourself and the customers, it really has proven to be a great safety technique. And so there's a manufacturer here in the United States that is building a really great shield. AeroGuard is the name of the company, and we are working closely with the bus manufacturers to make that part of the bus build because those shields do work.
And how is the transit agency and other agencies dealing with the rising level of homelessness on transit? And what are the policies the transit agencies are implementing to deal with the issue? What is the cost for the transit agencies to address the issue?
I thank you for that question. And again, something that I think a lot of systems around the U.S. are doing. Philadelphia, SEPTA has done a great job. This, again, what happens in any urban city is spilling over and happening on transit. And so, again, a very complex issue, and this is about working closely with with their social service agencies. For example, in Las Vegas, we work with the city of Las Vegas and Clark County. They have a team that comes out once a month or twice a month to meet directly with passengers that need social services, housing recommendation, addiction counseling, things like that. So again, it takes, and it is part of partnership with our law enforcement.
Yes, you addressed it a little bit. Ms. Maynard and Mr. Reagan, my district in Santa Gabriel Valley has major transit lines, including Foothill Transit, Metro, and New Metro Gold Line. And the constituents prefer to use transit. Some still live and work too far from major transit lines. How are you improving first and last mile connections? As Ms. Hendricks indicated, more should be done. What more can be done?
Yes, as I spoke earlier, what we can do is implement an on-demand or microtransit service that's provided. It's a smaller vehicle where we can have designated pickup points and allow people to then connect to the transit system that's in place so everyone can have access to the essential services needed in our community. So we've seen that to be a great solution, and we think that that will continue to develop as we emerge into changing and adapting to the new needs of public transit within our cities.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.